digital euro would provide alternative to cryptos. Now that's fantastic, right? And this type of information is coming out from Christine Lagarde. Does that mean Lagarde is backtracking from her earlier viewpoints? No, she is not actually. She is looking for an alternative to cash using central bank digital currency. Now, what about XRP, right? That's a question. What about XRP and other cryptocurrencies? Yes, that's a real question, and I'll be answering it here in the following minutes. Now, it's not only euro or dollar which are actually coming out with the CBDC, and it's really not them, both euro or dollar, going to roll out it soon. It's the yuan, right? The Chinese. They are way ahead of this game, and some positive news, positive moments from India too, and yeah, even from United States too, leading towards the technological revolution. Now that's on the side of fundamentals. We understand that properly, right? Before we jump in to the fundamental analysis side and going in detail through all of those information, we'll just look at the price fluctuations first, because I've actually created some of the charts here which will be easy for you guys to understand as I explain through all of this. So just stay focused and we'll be back. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. If you saw value from the content, please do support the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. If you would like to extend your support with an open heart, then you can use the Patreon, PayPal or the XRP wallet address given in the description below. Patreon will give you more value for your portfolio if it has a lot of different assets, not just XRP. If you are looking into others like let it be gold, silver in the commodity side, or other like forex and then crypto, everything is covered there with charts and setup like these for different time frames. Now let's actually jump into the price fluctuations first. So as we already know, W is a symbol for win, right? And this is Ethereum on a daily, and it really shows that format in which it would be looking like, yeah, it is really going to happen, and it is kind of giving us a bounce from that support level. Now that looks really interesting, right? So when we actually move into XRP and look what really is happening as of now, this is what we actually get. Say the previous bottom which we made here, you look that we just went below that, a bit below that. And if you are trading this market, you always need to understand that when traders are getting in for their trades, they would be putting their stop losses just below this previous low. Now some of those are taken out, and yeah, we can't directly say that it would be going up from here, because if some has actually put a 5% below that low, mostly it used to be taken out before it pumps to the upside. So there can be an instant wick or a capitulation, then move to the upside. That usually does happen. Now that was on a hourly chart. Now this is on a daily chart. So what are the differences you see? On hourly, you still see a bit of caution there, and we went a lot down. Now on a daily, you are looking at this, in which, you know, this is really simple way of doing the TA, in which I'm presenting this point, which is a support. Again, this point turned into a resistance, acting as a resistance, tried that level couple of times, and then here again a resistance. Here after crossing that, it became a support. Now that's about the horizontal line, which is the support resistance zone on horizontal lay. Now in that layout, if we look at this trend line resistance, it looks like getting supported at the horizontal. It hasn't actually reached till the vertical line, right? So that area is really acting as a support now. So if we put the area in, covering every different aspects to just check at if we are able to buy at this area, whether this is the buy the dip moment for us, then we can see that the horizontal support and resistance line, vertical the trend line resistance turned into support, and then the rounded bottom edging, right? So all of these are actually creating a positive stuff towards this area where it's like a buy the dip moment, meaning buyers can be coming in anytime. Now that's on the positive side of this. Now that's not like saying everything is green, everything is positive, right? We also need to look at the negative side as well, in which if you move into daily chart and add in a MACD there, you kind of see that there is a bit of caution, meaning the MACD is showing it is crossing to the downside on a daily chart. So that shows you that if this support which we are talking about as a buy the dip moment, looking at these patterns and trends, if it doesn't hold, then that's gonna take the price a bit lower, meaning it may come until 0.2. But if that holds, this may just reject and get a bounce to the upside, like say for example this area. It went there, it was showing that it may cross to the downside, but the price actually moved to the upside and it bounced, right? So that's on a daily. Now if you move on to a weekly, we still get that positive trend in the price, creating those higher highs and higher lows, which is a valid bull trend. But now on a weekly, you are getting that the MACD is closing in and the chances are that it may close to the downside, which is kind of a negative in shorter time frame, right? Yeah, it is in a weekly, but when you look at the monthly chart for XRP, you can actually say that's a shorter time frame. Say on a monthly chart, you get that the MACD is crossing to the upside, but again, it's at that corner where it's going to bounce. Now, if you zoom in on that one to understand what really is happening, you can understand that it already crossed. The volume is on the positive side here, and at the bottom here, it crossed to the upside. Now, yes, this candle has to close. Now, if it come back below 50% of this rise here, it's kind of invalidating the entire movement. So, if you look at the 50% of that, you can just say this move was like this. It went around 73% to the upside, and if it come back, that's negative. We have actually moved a bit down, right? But we can see that the moving average is acting as a support, or at least the price or the buyers are respecting that level, believing that it is a support level where they can buy in. So if it is closing here or even upside, that's going to be a positive side for the price fluctuation. Now, that's on the technical side, right? When we look at these kind of stuff, what you really have to understand is what they are looking at. They are looking to complement the cash using what? Central bank digital currency. So what really happens to XRP and other cryptocurrencies which are focused on this particular bridging, other kind of stuff like XLM and all, which are really looking at payments. So what will they do? It's actually an easy answer for all of this, because it doesn't actually look much of a complicated or complex issue if you've been reading through all of different articles, all of different publications from various sides, right? Let it be from the positive end or the negative end. Now, why I say that, when you read through this, you can actually understand. This is like, she actually worries about the traditional money, it can be changed, and then she want to give something alternative to the private digital currencies for her region, which is the European Union, right? So here what she is looking at is the sovereign money remains at the core. That is what is important for her, and that leads to us into this one. That really means, yeah, for sure, Euro will remain as the core when XRP is complementary to the central bank digital currencies in order to bridge between central bank digital currencies. Read through this, you will understand. In a world of central bank digital currencies, XRP could also serve as a bridge currency for cross-border payments. Now that really means a lot, right? When they are going against this kind of makes or raise a question, us investing in all the other cryptos okay in long term? We don't know. But these kind of approach from the regulators, governments, central banks and all would be taking it to the other side to think, that's not actually a positive thing to look at. You should be looking at what really will happen. The utility side, the use case, is it really viable in the long run? Otherwise, yeah, you can invest in short term, but not in the long run, because we are seeing that nations are changing, regulations are changing, adoption is differing. One country is way ahead, one country is slow. If you just look at Canada, you understand that the gold holdings of Canada is nothing, right? Then look at the US, it's huge. Then look at other countries, they are increasing, like India, China, Russia, and others are increasing their gold holdings. So that's on the traditional side. Whereas now Canada has nothing like that. So I don't think we are going to go into a gold standard to stabilize the economy if it actually dives more. But what I actually think is, say this one shows here in Canada, they are going live with their first exchange, and in India, the banks are joining these currency firms like RippleNet, and then in US, they are allowing to hold. Stablecoin issuers have now more clarity to hold it, and all of these connected with the further information like evolving the process of frictionless remittance fairly well. So we understand that this really is happening from one end to another. Transactions in XRP ledger is happening. When we talk about Ripple, the company, and remittance, it's not just about the software which they are providing to the organizations. It's about XRP ledger, which is open source. So when a payment moves through XRP ledger, the basic thing is it moves through XRP. Now, yes, the liquidity has to be huge in order to accommodate all of those payments which we are targeting. But now the liquidity is so low. Why? Because the price is low. When the price go at least till last all-time highs, then you have enough liquidity to start targeting huge markets, the high value payments. Now they are concentrating on the low value payments, which is high frequent, right? The frequency for that is too high. And then I would like to play this one. This really is informational, or you can just read the summary from Mr. Das, because he actually did that summary perfectly. Because if we go through that, you will get a similar viewpoint as well. We need, like he took that quote directly from it, we need that interoperability so people can hold the assets they want. Interoperability is going to be the big driver of great user experience. Now that comes at a point when one country, another country, another country, another country, all of them are moving positive towards crypto as an investment, not as a currency. Say this from Lagarde kind of clears that it's not going to actually harm the currency, because the monetary control of the government should be there. Otherwise, they don't have that control over the monetary policy, and governments will not actually easily give up their control over the common man, the population, right? Unless you are financially educated and you are taking steps with those information, you are still trapped in their control. So that's what really is, right? It actually shows we are set for the future if you are invested in an asset which would be utilized in the future. Now, that is why the value of this asset is low, and the price of the asset is low and the value is too high. And if you can see that, then you are investing in this asset. Now, that being said, you have to understand what we have spoken previously, the work being done in the background. That's something like this: Ripple seeking to enhance due diligence of its XRP subsidiary. Now, when we look at that, you have to understand they are hiring skill set, they are acquiring those skill set, they are looking to expand. Why are they actually doing that? Because the thing is, it really is expanding all of the world, because inside them, the company Ripple, they understand everything. Because say for us, we are having limitation with those NDAs. The non-disclosure agreements prevent us from knowing certain facts, but from what we know, it kind of gives us, a light at the end of this tunnel that, yeah, that is happening, but we can't actually see that visual clearly. in order to get that visual clearly, Ripple, the company, has to announce some of these. Now what we are seeing is the partner of Ripple is partnering with another or experimenting with another organization, giving us a point of view that the adoption of that technology is happening. They are not highlighting it that Ripple is pushing that. Instead, they are showing Ripple partners are doing that. But once the NDAs end, it will end a day, right? And the announcement come, that would actually push the price to a level where the FOMO will not even be FOMO from retails. It would be institutional FOMO. It would be retail FOMO. It would be, the buybacks. Everything would be there. Buyback means, say, you are going to sell your XRP. Say XRP reaches $20. Just for an example, you are taking your profit. Then next day you see the price at 25. You think, oh, it's going to go high. I'm going to buy again. So that's the buyback I meant. So these kind of partnerships and other stuffs, when announced, would be really huge. Now, when we actually say that, you do have to understand it can also be showcased in a negative manner like this. Say Ripple's chairman transfers the XRP, was around 115 million worth of XRP being transferred. Now, what you really have to understand there is it just they're dumping it into the market? You have to understand that perspective. They are moving it from one area to another, so there can be use cases for that in the business perspective. These guys are giants in business market, and they would be the next Google, Amazon, collective, everything. Google, Amazon, Microsoft, everything together would be Ripple in the future. That's, my perspective. I don't know what you think. You can actually inform me. Now, this tweet from Plan B, I actually really thought it's interesting. Now, it's not about XRP, it's about BTC. But the general trend of the crypto market in terms of price fluctuation can be understood from the movement of BTC as well. Now, yes, the Bitcoin dominance, altcoin dominance, that varies, but the general trend can be easily understood from this one. Now, when we look at that, if you just compare it, this red area before the pump, the red area before the pump, and here you are getting into that red zone. So that gives us an indication that chances of entering into a orange zone here, orange zone here, orange zone here is closer. Maybe next 3 months, maybe next 6 months, maybe within a year. It's possible and it's going to rocket. So are you ready accumulating, or are you still waiting to see whether the price is going to dip? If you are still waiting for new lows to buy in, now I'll say good luck. Now, if that happens, it's good for you, it's good for us. But looking at the chart, the trend of how price is moving for all coins, for Bitcoin, as we did in previous video and this one, it kind of gives us a conclusion that it may consolidate this area after moving from this accumulation zone and getting into a reaccumulation zone. That can happen, or even a retest of this area gives a consolidation before the pump to the upside. That is possible. I'm not neglecting that, but that doesn't mean you're going to get a new low. Say Ethereum put its low around $80 previously back in early 2019, just by the end of 2018, and then came and retested that in March this year, right? So that was kind of a double bottom thing, or the W for win situation for general altcoin in that situation. Now, if you're buying, that's cool. If you're accumulating, that's even better. But if you're looking for a dip to accumulate after taking profit, then I'm not sure about that. Guys, I hope you actually understood my perspective here and the viewpoints I tried to represent that to you guys. So if you did, please do support the channel, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.